係 Shanti 啊。咁呢一集咧就有少少唔同嘅，因為咧我好想講一講關於疫情之下我哋有啲咩影響。因為我身邊咧有好多外國嘅朋友咧就知道喺呢個7月咧香港出現咗第3波嘅疫情。而家咧我哋嘅政府咧亦都收緊咗好多嘅措施，令到大家安全一啲啦。咁所以我好多朋友咧都問我啊，而家香港點啊咁我一個人講咧就冇咁好聽嘅。咁所以呢一集咧，我邀請咗 Sonia， 我嘅好朋友嚟到呢度同大家分享。Hi Sonia, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
I am Sonia. I am a performing artist and a teacher. I'm from Australia and I've been in Hong Kong for 10 years.
Woohoo! 10 years! What have attracted you to come to Hong Kong in the first place?
Well, I moved to Hong Kong in the first place with my family, but because for my dad's work, but I ended up loving it so much, I decided to stay. Coming from Perth in Western Australia, it's a small city. I loved how busy and how lively Hong Kong was. And the opportunities that it presented to me.
Well, the coronavirus, it means the streets have been empty at the moment. How has that affected your life?
Oh, it's affected my life drastically, same as everybody. Because I'm a teacher, I work in a school, I have been teaching online, doing Zoom meetings, video lessons, and for us as the teachers, it's basically 3 or 4 times the amount of work. We're like working around the clock to just get that content done. And then on the flip side, we don't really know how effective it even is for the kids learning.
Because normally in a class, how many students are there in a class? Like
they're around 30
Around 30,
students.
so you can see if they're
Understanding,
engaging. But right now, using the web, you don't actually know if they're engaging.
It's really hard to know. They'll sign in, but then are they really there or they're playing games? And
oh no.
Yeah.
But do you wear masks?
Yes, of course.
You wear masks, so you agree with wearing masks?
I agree with wearing masks. I just think even if there's the small percentage that's ineffective, majority of the time it is going to protect you. It's going to protect others.
Okay.
But for some reason in the West and other places like Australia, for example, they really are against wearing masks.
Because during the pandemic, our government has put in laws to make sure people wear masks in indoor areas and also on transportation. You can get fined or you will get kicked off the transportation if you don't wear a mask. Also, there's a few more laws that have been implemented in Hong Kong to make sure social distancing happens.
Yeah.
One of the things is we can only order takeout after 6 o'clock.
Yes.
And even if you eat in the restaurants during the daytime, there's restricted only to 4 people.
Yeah, choose your 3 best friends and go for lunch.
Go for lunch. And then the other things that might have affected you the most are the gyms, the salons, and even the theme parks are now closed.
Yes.
It has been for the past 4 months before, and then third wave came, everything got shut down. How has that affected you, like socially or mentally, physically?
Well, this time the closure of these facilities is stricter than previously, and I expect that it will be closed for longer as well.
Oh no.
I don't know. It definitely affects me. Like my family and friends are all back home now, and I'm living alone, and not being able to go out and meet friends and have drinks and be social and like join in different activities. It's hard not being able to go to the gym and join fitness classes. Just have to try and keep busy around the home and do some like online gym classes.
Because if you are from a different country watching this video, Hong Kong houses are really, really small.
So small.
And it's really hard to like work around and to do workouts.
That's why we value being able to go to the gym so much. And to just go jogging out the outdoors.
And right now we cannot do that because it's not safe to not wear a mask. We believe that's not safe to not wear a mask. So jogging is out of the picture, and then now the gyms are closed.
Yeah.
And even the bars are closed and everything is closed. Socially, for social distancing, and I believe it's a good measure for social distancing, but it's just hitting on people and people are getting really depressed.
Yeah.
And the streets are empty. How do you think about that? Because you used to love Hong Kong. There's so many people in the streets and it's so social and happy and vibrant.
Yeah.
And right now it's kind of a dead city.
Yeah. It's a really strange vibe on the streets right now. Everyone's kind of just focused on what they've got to do, whether it's to go get groceries or go somewhere, and that's it.
Do you freak out when you see someone not wearing a mask?
I feel sorry for them. I think maybe they don't have access to masks or something.
Mask.
Yeah.
Oh, you're so kind. Because in Hong Kong, it's different from different countries. Because, like, for example, maybe in the States or other Western countries, people don't believe in masks, so they don't wear them. During the Chinese New Year, you went back home before everything blew up.
Yeah, but it had already kind of begun. I was aware of it. So I wore a mask while I was traveling, because I traveled domestically in Australia from Perth to Melbourne. And at the airport wearing a mask, I was the only person there. People were laughing at me and pointing at me and putting me on their like Snapchat story, and
that's bad.
Yeah, I think the mentality towards someone wearing a mask in Australia, maybe it's either they think I'm sick, but more likely the feeling I get is they think I'm like a germaphobe, like, oh, I'm so worried I'm gonna get sick, I'm just gonna wear a mask to never get, like, protect myself from all the germs.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That must be a very bad vibe. You feel like
it's very frustrating. Yeah, I just feel like saying,
like, do you even feel like you're bullied a little bit?
A little bit, yeah. And then I also felt like when I would go to the shopping centre in Australia during this time, around like Chinese New Year, without a mask, because nobody's wearing a mask.
Yeah.
I go with my family wearing no mask. I get this panic in my chest because I see so many faces not wearing a mask, and then I think, I forgot my mask.
Because you're so used to wearing a mask in Hong Kong.
Yeah.
Oh, bless you. But in Hong Kong, everybody wears a mask, and if you don't wear one, it's kind
pretty
of
difficult to
weird.
Yeah, function.
Weird because people try to avoid you, and it's not good. So we wear masks in Hong Kong, and I hope that's really helping to control the pandemic. One last question. What is keeping you here in Hong Kong during the pandemic?
I cannot go home to Australia, even if I wanted to. Actually, no, I love Hong Kong and I have no desire to leave at the moment. But Australia has made it so difficult to go home. They have basically a red warning travel ban. They're not really letting anybody in or out. If I wanted to go home, I would have to undergo a 14-day mandatory quarantine in Sydney, because that's the only place you can fly to right now, I think, or maybe Melbourne as well. And I must hotel quarantine for 14 days at my own expense. So it will cost...
And that is how much?
3,000 Australian dollars, which is, I don't know how many Hong Kong dollars.
I'll put it here. Somewhere here.
This much. And then I have to get a domestic flight to Perth. And because Perth is in Western Australia, they have their own laws. They have made it you need to mandatory 14-day hotel quarantine as well, coming from interstate. $3,000 at your own expense. So I would be spending a month in quarantine, 4 weeks in quarantine, paid 6,000 Australian dollars. Not to mention how much the flights and that would cost. So going home for a holiday is not an option. Anyone coming to see me here for holiday is not an option, and I'm not going to quit my job in the middle of a pandemic.
That's not wise, I think, because everybody's losing their
Everybody's
jobs.
losing their jobs. I'm thankful to have one. So
I think in Hong Kong at the moment, the employment rate is like 6.3%.
oh, jeez.
So it's been worse than SARS at the moment. So I think it's wise not to leave your job, but I do understand that you also miss your family.
Yeah, it can get really lonely living on my own. But yeah, I just have to keep on going.
And FaceTime your friends and family.
Yeah.
At home, quarantining.
Yes.
Oh, Well, on
Crazy.
that note, we have to go and get some groceries because that's the only thing we can do right now on the streets. And we would like to bring you guys over as well
Yes.
to let you see how is it like on the streets in Hong Kong. So tell us in the comments below, how has Corona affected your life? We would like to know, right?
Yes.
So don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more content on how is it like in Hong Kong.
Thank you so much for having me.
No worries. See you next time.
Bye.
It's absolutely empty. Oh my god. Look at that.